Okay, I wanted to do a quick part 2 video on Snaps versus Yaps campaigns. And this is specific to a question I had on if you were running a campaign on either InfoFi platform, which will bring you the most unique voices. So something I like about Cookie.fun's UX is you can actually see, since the campaign went live on May 22nd, how many unique people, not unique in the sense of interesting, but individual people or accounts have talked about your project. And it's gone up day over day since 22nd in the last 6 days. So the two questions we'll answer are, how many people can you get to talk about you in a Snaps versus Yaps campaign? And then which one is more worth it? I'll cover this growth template in a moment or framework. Going back to Cookie.fun, so I found it really interesting that the post I made, the last video regarding how Spark is doing and how snaps are doing, it actually got me 0.66 Spark snaps, and it put me top 162, like top 200 out of 4.2k people just with that one post alone. I don't know how this is being measured, but it's likely having to do something with my social graph or activity. So I'm interested to see if this will grow and what it'll grow to when I post this video. Now, the methodology of how I'm going to do this is I went into Kaito Pro and I also looked at Spark. So if I just click on Spark and get this to reload, that's actually me there. That's funny. So we're going to do last 7 days because we know the campaign went live on the 22nd. And this is on sentiment and mindshare. What we want to look at is mentions and engagement. So here's the thing. On Kaito Pro, you actually can't see the amount of people or unique accounts talking about you. They do have proxies. So we're going to look at engagement, which we can see on the 22nd came to about 5.4K, and on the 26th came to about 6K. You can also filter by smart engagement. So 108, 114. So let's just say about sub 100 for smart engagers, according to what Kaito defines as a smart follower. So now that we have kind of those metrics, 6K engagement within the first week of a campaign, as well as sub 120 smart followers, we can compare with campaigns that went live on Kaito. So what I have here is Spark is the only and first campaign that has gone live on Snaps, since this is a very new product. It's a very new platform. I know they're still building it out. So we'll look at Arbitrum, which just came out 20 hours ago, as well as Huma. Now, the thing is, on Cookie.fun, you actually can't see number of people talking about a project when there is not a Snap campaign live. So I'll only be able to compare engagers on Kaito versus being able to use Cookie.fun here. The only time you're able to get this is when there is a campaign live, this UX here. All right, so let's go into Kaito Arbitrum. They had this campaign that was just announced. I saw this yesterday, and we'll take a look. So Arbitrum is post TGE, massive L2. They also have Arbitrum Orbit that allows you to launch L3s. Let's go to engagement. Okay, we're there. So yesterday there was already 22,000 engagers and 432 smart engagers. I don't think this is a fair comparison though, because Arbitrum already has a lot of brand awareness. People know who they are. So I think a better comparison is actually Huma, which, similar to Spark, is a yield generating protocol. Let's actually do 30 days so we can see the day that the campaign was announced. So on May 19th, there was 6.3K. It peaks later that week at 14K engagers. And then of course, there is a huge spike for TGE. Sell pressure looks like it was high right there at 21K. And if we look at smart engagement, so 295, yeah, I would say anywhere from 150 to the peak of 295. Here's Spark on the left. Their campaign went live on the 19th, and we can see that smart engagement is at 108, 114. Huma is definitely larger. And then same with engagement. The peak here is 5.9K versus 14K. How do you actually get more engagement? When you're designing these campaigns, this is kind of the framework to look at. And this is your assumption, right? The more people I can get to talk about me. So right now, Spark has 4.2K unique people talking about them. They are going to be posting about me, and their posts get more impressions, and hopefully new people see these posts and they also want to join the Snap and Yap campaign and talk about the project. Now from there, hopefully people actually take on actions to use a chain, use a dApp, start building, buy tokens, whatever this objective is that you have. And the end goal, like really what you want to do, is move out of this monetization trap of having to pay people for certain behaviors. And hopefully you create some type of bucket where people actually use and love the product or chain. They become ambassadors naturally, and they talk about you or share you with their friends and family without being incentivized. So when you're thinking about designing these types of campaigns, you should be thinking about ROI and how do I actually get some type of return. So whatever the cost is for these campaigns, how many people will I actually capture, both from the top of funnel side down to the bottom of funnel. The other thing to also consider is these spikes can come from other catalyst events. So it's not simply just posting the campaign and that's it. Like, hey, we have a Snaps or Yaps campaign. Hopefully you're also creating more opportunities for people to learn about the campaign, get some content ideas on what to write about, or discover new things to do in your ecosystem, so you continue to get more spikes here, as well as targeting the right people that actually do have the amount of reach. Think about it, if you have 4,000 people and each of those single 4,000 posts get 10 impressions versus 1 million, the radius of reach is going to vary greatly. So that's my very quick video today on how many people can you actually get to talk about you from either of these InfoFi platforms so far. I know this will continue to change as both teams continue to build and also new platforms emerge, and also how to think through which one is more worth it. Thanks for watching.